Hello students. Today we are going to begin our second session for the first chapter, India, our country. In the previous session, we have done with the physical divisions of India. That is the northern mountain, northern plains, western desert and the coastal plains and the island. Today we are going to learn about the political divisions of India. So let's go ahead with it. First of all, let's understand what is a government. A government is a group of people that have the power to rule in a territory according to law. Children, in last year's lesson on States of India, we have studied what government is. So let's revise what was the definition of the government in that lesson. A government is a group of people who are responsible for controlling a country or a state. As you all know, India is a huge country and it is not possible for a single government to look after the entire country. So, the Indian government works at different levels, like at the local level, at the level of the state, and at the national level. So, the local level refers to your village, town, or locality. The state level covers an entire state like Punjab, Kerala, Bihar, Maharashtra. The national level refers to the entire country. So when the government works at different levels, it brings the government closer to the people. Hence, our government consists of a central or union government for the entire country and it is based in the capital, that is Delhi. State governments for the different states and they are based in the state capitals. For example, we live in the state of Maharashtra and the capital of Maharashtra is Mumbai. So the state government of Maharashtra is based in Mumbai. Before we get into the states and capitals, let's understand how many states and union territories are there in India and what are union territories. The union territories are small parts of India that come under the direct control of the government. So India has a total of 8 union territories and 28 states. There were 9 union territories in India, but from 26 January 2020, Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu are to be combined to a single territory. So we have 8 union territories in our country. This list includes states, union territories and their capitals. Children, it is very important to know the capitals of the states as well as how many states and union territories are there in our country. So you have to learn states, union territories and its capitals. Now, capital means what, children? The capital of a state is the seat of the government. The capital of India is New Delhi. So, the offices of the government of India are in New Delhi. For example, Secretariat Building, Rashtrapati Bhavan, and Supreme Court of India. Now, look at the political map of India. In terms of area, Rajasthan is the largest and Goa is the smallest state in India. seven northeastern states of India, popularly called the Seven Sisters. So the basic reason to call these northeastern states Seven Sisters is the geographical location of all seven states in the same region. India is known for its unity in diversity. Now, unity in diversity, these are not just words, but something that are highly applicable to a country like India, that is incredibly rich in culture and heritage. India is a huge country and has the second largest population in the world. There are more than a billion people in India. There are people of different religions, castes, but still they all live together. They speak different languages and wear different clothes, but are bound together by love for their motherland. Now, children, in these political divisions of India, we studied some important points. Now, here are these points. The central government runs the whole country. Small parts of India that are looked after and directly controlled by the central government are called union territories. India is a union of 28 states and 8 union territories. And the most important point is New Delhi is the capital of India. Kindly go through the political divisions of India. Understand and study the information given once again. Now, children, you need to write the answers of these given questions in your rough notebook. Thank you, students.